to the Wager Makers Podcast with Web and Smitt.
Brick by brick, baby. I'm freaking out, Web.
I was told there'd be no man. Stupidity's going to be an asset. What a bunch of crybabies.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith, and this is Rob Weber. Say hey, Web.
Hello, what's up, Smitt?
Web, I'm Smitt, that's Web, and we are the Wager Makers. Thank you all for joining us. This is the Wager Maker Podcast. We really appreciate you being here. Got lots of stuff to talk about. We called out all the jerks last week, douchebags, whatever you want to call them. We're going to have to try and think of some good names. Web, I was kind of moving through the week this week, and I was kind of like, man, nobody was really last week I had a lot of standouts, and then sure enough, even by Saturday, Sunday, I was like, no, really stands out. Boom, bang, bang, boom, boom, bang, and we'll get into that.
Douchebaggery abounds, Smitt. Just give it a minute. Just give it a minute.
It just comes out. It can't keep it down. So anyway, Web, this is Wager Maker Podcast number 90. We're 10 away from 100.
Number 90. I don't know. We got to figure something out what to do with our numbers, once we get to 100. But in honor of my man Julius Peppers, I do have my Carolina hat on today. Back in the day, I used to run around with it. He was number 49 at Carolina. His nickname was Big Head. I don't know how I know that. I'm not a personal friend of his, although I would probably have claimed that at some point. And he played on the hoop team, too. He was a really good hoop player, if you didn't remember that. But he was one of my favorite players all time on a hoop team and then into the NFL. He always did some damage against the Cowboys. He was Panthers at first, and then I think he was on the Bears for a minute. And then he was, I think, the Packers at the end. But for me, this is a layup, an easy number 90 for Julius Peppers.
Yeah, dude was one of the best. We're going to get these 90 numbers. We're going to get some good explosive players, the DNs, the pass rushers, stuff like that. Pepper's one of the best ever. Also, I think Neil Smith was number 90, played for the Chiefs for a long
Neil
was
Smith,
Chiefs and maybe Denver.
Denver at the end, but
Chiefs.
He was a Chief. Yeah, he was good, too. He was a baller.
For a long time.
As I think now, I wonder where Peppers falls on the all-time sack list. So he may be a Hall of Famer just based off of that. Plus, he played, I don't know, fucking having 14 years, something like that. So.
Yeah, I think he's a no doubt Hall of Famer.
Well, there you go.
Is he in there? If he's not, not in there, it's just because of he hasn't been long enough.
I don't know if he's. That's a good. Where's the intern? Perone, fucking slacker.
Right. Funny. I actually saw him play hoops. One of the NCAA tournament rounds. Was in New Orleans here, whether it be the round of 32 or 64 or whatever. Went and saw the Tar Heels play, and Peppers was a man among boys, even on the hoop court.
Yeah. He was alley-ooping, just double two-handed tomahawk on the hoops. Yeah, I loved him. He was good, man. He was cool.
Right, you could see just the explosiveness out of him, even on the basketball court. You only imagine trying to block that dude going after the quarterback is unbelievable. So,
and he was one of those. He could have played tight end probably if he felt like it.
No doubt. And like you say, just played for a long time. Obviously, really great, always hindering the Saints with the Carolina Panthers. Mm-hmm. And then thought his career was just about over and still had plenty of good years left at the Bears when he was there.
I think he had, I mean, he had almost two 8-year careers almost where he was dominant until he was gone. I think I do remember, maybe he wasn't on the Packers, but I think he was even good up until the end. He was good.
All right. So we'll just keep with the theme. We're going to go in tonight, some of the hockey playoffs and all. We're watching right now. The Capitals and Bruins are really going at it.
Dude, every game is overtime. If you want to get the blood flowing, bet on a hockey game, a hockey playoff game. Especially, I think they were saying something. The first two games went to overtime, and I think they said like 11 out of 13 games that these teams have played has gone. It's unbelievable, and that'll get your juices flowing right there. That overtime hockey is phenomenal.
Right.
Phenomenal.
And I'll tell you, for the old school guys, I guess if you don't know, like the rules since starting with the bubble for the overtime in hockey was a little different. They got like 3-on-3, and then they go straight to a shootout during the regular season. But in the playoffs, they just keep playing with the 5-on-5. I kind of dig that regular season 3-on-3 deal when they go to overtime. It's pretty exciting. But
I like the sudden death 5-on-5. I mean, they scored. I think Pittsburgh scored with 39 seconds or something.
Yeah, early last night
from the blue line. It was great, especially when you got the Penguins. So that worked out well.
Yeah, that was a great one. One.
I got the sunglasses on back too, Smitt. It's hot here in Jersey. I'm in the garage. Obviously, we'll hear the Wager Making Express come past here in a second. But 91 degrees, my car said at one point today. So I got the lights on and I'm sweating here.
Wow.
So excuse the sunglasses. I can't really do. Let me see if I can hang without them. It's just bright.
Do what you got to do, bro.
Hey, man, it's all about the aesthetics of the show. That's right. That's right. The future's so bright.
So, I want to talk a little bit, Webb, about the unwritten rules. A lot of this is old school baseball, Major League Baseball. They have these things I've always been hearing about them, the unwritten rules. When you're up by a certain amount, you don't steal a base, you don't send the runner. Certain times of the game, whether you're losing by a lot or winning a lot, you're not supposed to swing. You're supposed to take the pitch. So this came up in a White Sox Twins game a couple days ago, Webb, and Mercedes, I guess young player, maybe rookie.
I think he's 28, but I think he's a rookie. He's one of those dudes from Cuba, so it took him a while to get there.
And some you never even know what their age is. Sometimes whatever they tell you they are, that's what they are.
So old he is. He could be 45 years old.
So apparently, the White Sox were killing him, and it's one of those games where
4.
Right. So it's one of those games where they bring, a position player. They don't want to burn up more arms in the pen, so they bring out a position player, let them pitch the last inning or whatever. Just, hey man, just get the ball over the plate. Let's try and get out of here. Let's do whatever. So apparently on a 3-0 count, this Mercedes swings away, and it's a home run. And according to the manager La Russa, this is about he might as well have had sex with La Russa's daughter. It sounds like. I mean, it's a cardinal sin of baseball etiquette, sportsmanship, the unwritten rules of baseball. You want to explain this? Explain what's going on with this?
There's a lot going on. I can go on forever about this. Let's start with the player. Now, if the player if he ignored the take sign, he's in the wrong. Your manager, no matter what, who cares? If you get a take, you got to take. So if he ignored the take sign, which is alleged that he did, then he's fucked up for that. The second issue I have, what about the fucking Twins? There's no culpability there. You're just getting smoked, and you know. So this controversy happens. They're completely off the hook. Meanwhile, they're supposed to be first or second in the division, and they suck. And you're getting beat 15-4, and it's not the first time. I bet on them several times, waiting for these motherfuckers to wake up. And this ain't the first time that they've done this bullshit. So, third of all, it's not kiddie guard. It's not t-ball. Everyone's getting paid. If you're gonna lob the ball like the dude, but literally just toss the ball over the plate. So I don't know what he was gonna think. How could the even not swing? Now let's get to, in my opinion, you were afraid there was gonna be no douchebags this week. Let's get to Tony La Russa. Respect for the game was the thing I kept saying. Now let's see, who managed the Bash brothers on the A's? There was no steroid use going there, not at all. Then who managed Mark McGwire even on St. Louis? Clearly he was not on steroids then. So let's talk about respecting the game at that point. Now you call your own player fucking clueless in the media. And now this is after the man admitted that he didn't know the rules. He came out in his other press and said he didn't know what the extra inning rules were. And he's going to call his player clueless. Does he coach the White Sox or does he coach the Twins? Is his last name Baseball? Is his middle name MLB? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? What is the kid? Listen, if the kid ignored the take, that's an issue. But aside from that, Tony La Russa can go fuck himself.
Right. Like you said, I'm all with it. If the dude gives you a take sign, you take the pitch, regardless. Okay, get that out of the way. But La Russa won't shut up about the shit. I'm sure they're asking him over and over again. But he can easily deflect and just get this behind him. Get this behind his team. Get this behind his young player.
Right.
And just say, look, we're gonna learn from this and move on.
The kid made a mistake. We're gonna handle it in house. It's done. We're moving on. We're playing well. We're concentrating on moving forward and winning baseball games. End of story.
Right. Like you said, so the Twins are down 15 runs, whatever it is, give it 15-4, whatever.
Right.
Like, and then they decide for the betterment of their team to not bring in. They have other pitchers out there. Maybe a couple of them are tired. Maybe a couple of them, there's a closer, so he doesn't really come in that situation. You don't want to waste them for tomorrow, whatever. But you have pitchers out there. If you don't want dudes to hit home runs, bring a pitcher out. And your pitchers already gave up 15 runs. Right, you can get mad at this.
Right.
And so let's say he gives him the take sign, and let's say he takes it. So then on 3-1, is it okay to hit a home run then?
Right,
That's everything's cool.
Right.
3-0 is no good, but 3-1's a home run. And then what if you're Mercedes, you're a rookie player, and this dude I don't know what player they brought in. What if he strikes you out?
Right.
What if he throws you 3 sticks down the middle and you strike out and you give up 2 easy ones and then you just fuck up on the third one, whatever.
Right, like a softball swing.
Because it's coming in 47 miles an hour, so you could easily mistime the shit one time and just swing too hard and miss. And then the dude for the rest of his life has to hear about how the shortstop struck him out in that game.
Yeah, he's the lead story on SportsCenter anyway.
Right.
That's the lead. Rookie takes 3 ephus pitches straight down Broadway. What the fuck is he thinking?
Right. For the rest of his life, the shortstop can tell Mercedes, remember that time I struck you out?
Right.
I came in and struck you out.
Be 80 years old. They'd be like, his great grandson, like, dude, why'd you swing at that pitch?
And then so then we go La Russa says all that shit that night. Unwritten rules, sportsmanship, the way to play the game, all this shit. Twins don't do nothing about it. They should have had a pitcher out there anyway.
Right.
And then so the next day the Twins are throwing at the dude. I think they threw one. I don't know if they hit him. They threw one behind him.
They're definitely way behind him. Yeah. And they threw, I think, more than once.
And to make it worse, that night, La Russa says, I don't have a problem with how the Twins handle it.
Unbelievable. Way to throw your player under the bus. Way to
You're
take
okay with
coach.
the dude on the other team throwing the ball at your player?
Yep. What about sports? What about the unwritten rules of baseball there? How about keep shit in-house?
How about stick up for your players?
Absolutely.
At this level, the biggest job of the manager is to let the players play and you take the heat.
Right.
Listen, don't worry about the media. I got this. Give it to me.
Yep.
All the best managers will tell you that.
Yep.
Give it to me. You go play baseball.
Right. We lose. My fault. We win. It's all you. I got the best players.
I mean, this old man baseball unwritten rules shit is such bullshit. You want to play to win, except for when it's like fucking some unwritten bullshit. Don't steal it. They're giving you base. Take the fucking base.
Right. You don't steal a base. Right. There's no one covering. They're not even looking at you.
Why not? Don't do this. Don't do that. Fuck. Now they got guys nowadays. They say, oh man, you got to take them out of the switch. Take them out of like they have to make the switch like the switch in the infield. Not the switch. The
shift.
The shift. Got to make the shift illegal. No, you don't have to make the shift illegal.
Just hit it the other way.
Over there. Right. There's nobody over there. Go hit
the other way.
And then the next time you come up, they won't be on the shift.
There's half of the field available.
And then, so there's big controversy right now. The strikeouts. Well, what do we talk about all the time, Webb? Another no-hitter last night.
Wait, let me throw a little bit. Let me just frame this another way. Now, let's say this kid in his contract somehow has an escalator, one way or the other. If he hits 20 home runs. Right, correct. Exactly. You know where I'm going. So if he hits 19 home runs, are they going to pay him the extra $1 million because he took that pitch? Or are they going to, is he going to lose if he strikes out or whatever it is? Or if he doesn't, maybe he just gets a single. Right. And he hits 300 versus 299, whatever it is. Are they going to give him the money back? Or are they going to say, okay, here's your money anyway? You did the right thing? No. The answer is no.
Right. So I just don't know. And then we talk all the time about the players and the swings and the misses and swinging for the fences and all this shit. But I just do want to say that not everybody is in this old man camp, because Trevor Bauer kind of came out this a couple weeks ago. And when Tatis hit a home run against him, he kind of flipped the bat and put on a show and all that kind of stuff. And he basically said, look, dude hits a home run, he hits a home run. You know, you can have a good time, do whatever. And basically, and so I don't got no beef with him for doing that. And to his credit, he came out about this thing the other day, and he said, his tweet was this: "Dear hitters, if you hit a 3-0 homer off me, I will not consider it a crime. Dear people who are still mad about a hitter hitting, kindly get out of the game. Can't believe still talking about 3-0 swings. If you don't like it, managers or pitchers, just be better."
Right.
That's
Perfect.
all you need to fucking say.
Perfect.
Unbelievable. So, I don't know, but just
Ponderous.
Crazy talk. But you mentioned a little bit about paying players and is he going to get paid for bonuses? And this is taking a complete opposite turn. But I think since you brought this up, it's going to give me a little bit of a segue to what I'm doing. So last week, the Denver Broncos player, I had his name written down here. Okay.
Juan something. The guy who got hurt.
Right. So he gets hurt. I think it might have been Achilles or something.
It was. Yeah.
And while he's doing basically off season at home, like working out, obviously these dudes don't only work out at the facility.
Well, I don't even know. I mean, there's still rules. There's COVID issues. I mean, I don't know how much they can even be in person.
Well,
and
I think most of the teams have voted against their mini camps.
Right.
So the dude's working out at home. I think he pops his Achilles, so he'll probably be out. Whatever.
Here, right.
Basically, there was some issues with Denver because it wasn't like a formal team practice thing that now they're off the hook for paying him his $10 million salary or whatever it is this year. And even the NFL, because there was some controversy about it right then, the NFL comes out with a big statement saying, just a reminder, if you kind of get hurt off grounds, the team is not, they can.
They're not obligated, right? They're not obligated.
That's in the
so that's in your contract, right?
So if you want to talk about douchebags, we usually go against a lot of these players in a lot of a lot of these money situations. But to me, if the Denver Broncos don't buck up and pay the man his money, it's not like he was in a motorcycle. He didn't go skydiving.
Right. He wasn't dune buggying or zip lining. The dude was working out.
Right. I'm not sure how you monitor those things or can tell for sure things, but
again,
it's unbelievable.
There's a flip side to this too. Let's say the dude comes in overweight,
right?
Or he's not working out. Then what? Then he's an asshole. He's lazy. He took the money. He's not doing anything out. He has no initiative. So I mean, yeah, like you said, not most of the time, not 9 times out of 10, but a majority of the time, we typically go against players in this situation. But like you said, it's not like he was doing wheelies backwards on a motorcycle. The dude was working out, and this is workout time for all these guys. And pay the man his money and let's just move on. Like the NFL is hurting for money. You got to be. They just signed Amazon. Like for how much was the contract? $1 billion.
Right. And especially like you say with the with everything going on with the COVID, with the players deciding not to have as many. Which that's on the players too, but deciding not to have as many practices in the off season. All that stuff you got to work out. These dudes are not show up in training camp and get into shape. Guys, NFL dudes, you're in shape you're in shape and working on all year long.
Yeah, right. Maybe you take a month off. Maybe.
Right.
3-4 weeks. You sit on your ass for 4 weeks. Especially dudes playing right tackle. There's gonna be some dude running around you crushing your quarterback. You'll be out of the job in a heartbeat.
Yep. All right. So Webb, I'm excited. We talked about the NHL playoffs. We're gonna get into that. We got the NBA playoffs started. I was so excited last night. Just so that tonight we got the Spurs and Memphis, and then a little while later we got Golden State and the Lakers. So last night I'm excited, dude. I'm like, I know I get a little down on the NBA, and we get down on the NBA players sometimes being crybaby kind of stuff sometimes, and but always, you're like, well, that's the regular season.
Right. Well, now we're, the competitive comes out.
Now
Plus they give you a line on it.
It's the playoffs. I can look at it. I can get a line. I know teams gonna show up.
Players are gonna play.
Right. And now, they got this new thing, right? And we talked last week about how LeBron said he didn't like it because he's used to being in there and all that kind of shit. The 7, 8, 9, and 10 teams are kind of playing to get into the top 8 or whatever.
I have a question now for you.
All right.
How come if whoever loses the Lakers game is still in?
Because they were 7 and 8.
So the same thing happened in the other league?
Yeah. So the way it happens, okay, you got your 7 and 8 here.
Right.
9 and 10 here.
Right.
The loser of the 9 and 10 goes home.
Okay.
Okay. The winner of the 7 and 8 goes and is number 7.
Okay. And then those two play for 8.
The Lakers and Golden State, they have to lose twice.
Twice to be out. All right. So why was it even a big deal that they're playing? Like, I don't get the hype over this Lake. Like, why? If the Lakers ain't losing 2 in a row.
Well, because they're old, probably, and they know that they need rest,
hurt.
and they want to rest, and they want to be number 1 seed, but they're number 7, 8 seed anyway.
Right.
I would love to see Golden State, but we know the NBA is not going to let LeBron leave this week. No matter.
There's no way they're both going to be in the playoffs. They're both those teams are in the playoffs. Whoever wins this first game, the Spurs or the Grizz, are out.
Right, because Golden State's going to win, or the Lakers are going to win the game too.
Correct. So
all right. So getting back to my story. So last night I'm like, God damn, this is the Hornets and the Celtics. This is the NCAA tournament right now. So that's the 9 and 10. That's the team who wins. Oh no, it was the Pacers and the Hornets. The Pacers and the Hornets.
Right.
The team who wins goes on. The team who loses goes home.
Right.
We got fucking playoff. 1 game elimination playoffs.
Right. Too evenly, like the teams were there. Very small spread.
Identical
right there.
records within a game after the season of records. You got some star power. You got LaMelo with the ball kid, whatever.
Right.
The team is all that shit.
Michael Jordan's team.
Right. I mean, the team. So I'll turn on again. The game was over in 5 fucking minutes. I think they were down by 15 at the end of 1, maybe 20 by the end of halftime. Final score for the Hornets. The Pacers beat them 144 to 117.
144. I saw that this morning. I was watching the hockey. I couldn't do it. I was watching the hockey. I couldn't believe it when I woke up this morning. First thing I did was check the scores. 144. First thing I text you, I'm like, Michael Jordan is gonna. He might have killed somebody last night. 144 points in a playoff game to the Pacers, who were without like one of their best players.
How? I mean, where is competitiveness?
Right.
Where is? I mean, they looked like a team that was just ready. Well, look, the season's just over. Let's just go home today.
We're done. Collect it. But not only that, like, what's 144 divided by 4? That is a shitload of points. That's hard to give up. That it's a 48-minute game. How many points a minute is that even? Like, you are not playing any defense.
It was they scored 40 in the first quarter. It was like 40 to 24, 40 to 24 after 1. Okay, so your mentality as a gambler is okay. It's the NBA. They're down 16. They're down 16 after 1. Yeah. Big deal. Get it to 10 at the half.
Right, not even. Right.
We got a ball game. 15 at the half. Whatever.
Right. Yeah.
We got a ball game. So then they got outscored by 8 in the second quarter.
Right.
So they're down 20. What's that? 24 at half. And you're like, well, damn, that's fucked up. But it's the NBA. So now in this quarter they come back and they get down by 15 or something.
Right.
They get outscored by 6 more. They give 30 and not 39 in third, and then they outscored the Pacers in the fourth 39 to 36. So, I mean, this was the worst. This was the worst game I've watched in the NBA all year long, and it was a play-in. And kudos to the Pacers. Maybe they just played that much better, but it didn't look like that to me. It just looked like one team was not there.
Right.
In any
right. Clearly. I mean, clearly. The 144 points is unbelievable.
And even game 2, you got the Celtics kind of banged up. You got the Wizards. They got Beal. They got Westbrook. You're like, man, they've been playing good. Like down the last 20 games of the season, they were pretty hot. The Wizards.
Beal still has that ham. He's been banged up. He was hurt. I mean, he's been hurt. So
that game was somewhat closer, but still an 18 point game.
Right. That's not right. That's not really close. Right.
It was closer during the game. It was
right.
They took off on them in the fourth quarter, I think. Well, they won by 8 in the fourth quarter, so they're up by 10. But I mean,
that's a banged up. Celtics team too. That's not a good Celtics team.
Oh, we've lost so many games on the Celtics.
Not a
so
good
many
Celtics
times
team.
I gave the Celtics the benefit of the doubt.
They're not. That's not a good Celtics team.
So I just don't know what to say, man. I hate to beat up on the NBA all the time. I'm looking forward to this Lakers Golden State game tonight. I'm really impressed. I've always thought, Webb, that Steph Curry was just a shoot. Like, if you asked me about Steph Curry, I was like, he's one of the greatest shooters of all time.
Sure.
That would be what I would say about him, and that would be as far as I would go about him. But to me, this year, He's almost playing with less guys around him.
Oh,
it looks like he's bulked up. You know, he's when I watched the Warriors, he does so much more. He goes to the basket. He's playing D.
Yeah.
I really feel like Steph is playing probably better than I've ever seen him play in his career. And you know, they're a 7, 8, 9 seed, whatever it is, because of the team around him. But I just feel like I have more respect for Steph Curry this year after watching him play than I have even in the past. Even though he's won championships and all this other shit.
I would argue this is his MVP season more than the others. Without him, this team is, how many games are they going to win?
Right.
Not many. You know, not 20.
And look,
they come to play with.
They come to play every day. This team comes to play hard every day. They don't always win because they're not the most talented team on the floor.
Right. They don't have anybody.
But when they play a team when they're the most talented, they win.
Right.
And then they give the other teams a run.
Right. Right.
You know, that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for. And so I'm looking forward to this game. You know how I feel about, look, not but respect for LeBron, but I would like to see him lose tonight. I would certainly like to see AD lose. But like say they're going to be in the playoffs anyway.
I don't want to hear any more whining. AD is not. He's hurt. I don't know where he even ever got to the top 5 player in the. He doesn't play enough. He's not that good anyway. So I mean, you know, LeBron James won that championship last year. If he loses this year, he'll probably win one next year. And then that maybe right off in the sunset. He just needs some type of motivation. Maybe he got it a little bit here with everyone kind of banging on him here for his stupid tweets. But, you know, we've gone over it, how much respect we have for him. So, I mean, they're going to be in the playoffs. I do not see them losing. I mean, it's going to be interesting, this first round, to see how they come out and play.
Right. I think for LeBron and the Lakers, they're going to have to make the thing is about the LeBron and Lakers is now that they're getting a little older in years, they've been able to make quick work of some teams early in the playoffs, and it's been giving them a chance to rest up and to be more fresh as the playoffs go on. But if they're going into the season as a 7, 8 seed, they might not have that same opportunity.
No, you're looking
if
at
they're playing the Suns
games,
or the Jazz or the Nuggets or something like that early on, they might not have that opportunity to rest. They're going to have to come to play every night right from the
right. You're looking at 6-game, 7-game series. But those teams are young, you know, hungry, looking to knock the big dog off. So it's going to be interesting. You see, I mean, that Phoenix team is good. I'm a Nugget fan, but when Murray got hurt, I think that hurts them.
That hurts them a lot. Utah's a really good team.
And the Jazz are good too. I'm not a big, Quinn Snyder went to Duke, so I'm a little. I'd like to see, but I'm all over the Suns.
Yeah, I like the Suns too. Suns are a team I can root for. I like Chris Paul, I like Booker. I like Monty Williams.
Yeah, I'd like to coach.
To me, that was the biggest mistake the Pelicans ever made, was getting rid of Monty Williams early in AD's career. But we're not going there. That's
right. Too much.
That's
We've been over that ad nauseum. Yeah.
So we go. So now we're going to talk about the jerks, the douchebags, and we're still waiting for somebody to give us the perfect wager maker. The wager maker.
Well, you got to bring up Kyrie Irving. You have to.
First. I was going to say we have LaRussa.
Right.
I have the whole entire Hornets team and organization.
Right.
Please feel free to expand on Kyrie Irving.
So Kyrie Irving. Now let's the thought or the sentiment is great. No one wants to go to war. We all wish there was world peace. We all wish, that we all held hands and sang Kumbaya, and then we did our thing. Clear, that's not the way of the world. So for someone to use this particular platform or this situation to come out and say that he doesn't care, or he's not thinking about the playoffs or basketball at this point because there's wars going on in the Middle East. Clearly, my wife's Jewish. I got the whole thing, and it's horrible. That's not what we're talking about sports. This is clearly an individual, a douchebag, taking a moment where he has a microphone and just sticking it to anyone that he possibly can. In particular, the guys that just paid him $1 bazillion to get him there. In particular, his teammates, his head coach. Just say, maybe at the end, say, hey, shout out. We're thinking about the people in the Middle East. It's hard to concentrate on basketball, maybe something like that. Don't take the platform to completely shit on everybody else. It's going to be clickbait. Your lead story.
Yep.
It's not your first. That's the first time you've done this. This dude, it could be any day. Like, he's the new Antonio Brown. This dude, I don't know what's going on, but I don't know how you can play with him. I don't know how you could sign him. I mean, I guess I mean, we'll see. But, again, this is another team I'm rooting. I would love to, if between them and the Lakers, I'll be head to toe in purple and yellow.
Right. True. Yeah. Like you say, look, we all want world peace. Everybody wants world peace.
Clearly.
No doubt. But I would be willing to say that there's been no basketball game that he's played in his life that there wasn't a war of some kind going on.
Right.
In the world.
Right.
We all want. I mean, who doesn't want that?
Right.
And to be like, well, I can't answer questions tonight because that's your job, dude. I had to go to work anyway, even though there's not world peace.
Right.
You did. We all did.
Right.
We all had to go to work, even though there's not world peace.
That's like me telling my boss, listen, man, I know I just got paid. I got my paycheck, but I you know what? I'm just not into it. I can't.
Not feeling it.
War going on.
I was watching the news last night.
Yeah, and I'm upset.
Man, they got all kinds of. How can you even focus on this shit?
Right. I can't. Much less getting $40 million. Like, it's just a slap in the face. It's insulting, and to his teammates as well. Like, dude, are you serious?
Right. But like, I'm pretty sure Durant. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But I think he wants to win in playoffs.
Right. Well, right.
Like, hey, dude, you're not really into it. You're not really feeling this right now, or what? Now they might have enough talent on that team that they don't all have to feel it every night.
Right.
But man, goddamn, dude.
Like, just again, just go out and use your other platform. Just go call press conference. Just do it outside of the basketball. That's out of that little.
Not the post game presser.
Right. That your first thing
by your locker.
Right. Just walk outside. Listen, I'm going to call press conference outside my house or whatever.
Go tweet it.
Right.
That's what you do.
Make a movie about it.
Listen, I just want to know everybody. I got a heavy heart, man. Got a heavy heart. I'm wishing for world peace.
Right.
You get paid millions of dollars to just have millions to talk to the press conference about the basketball game.
Right. It's not that hard.
And you could throw in that you're really upset about this thing going on that you're watching on the news, and you just but to just shut it down.
Right.
It's like ridiculous.
Right.
Don't use that as an excuse for you to fucking just be a dick.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. I'm going to be an
Listen,
asshole.
I don't feel like dealing with this tonight, but I'm going to say it's because of this, and that's that. And so I'm cool. So it's all cool.
Right. I'm all right.
And then I got one more. We got one more. Man, I love this. This is gonna be fun to watch up in Nick Perone country with the Jets. they thought they were drafting a squeaky clean, the Mormon quarterback, the squeaky clean kid. Well, it turns out his mom, and even on draft day, the mom, I was kind of like, man, is that like his mom or his girlfriend?
You aren't the only one.
We talked about this last week. She's 40-something, but good looking woman, whatever. Yeah. Apparently, she's on the Twitter. She's on the Instagram or whatever, making videos, putting her opinion out there about stuff, which, hey, everybody's got an opinion. But when your son is about to be the face of a franchise in New York and make $30 million a year, just in football alone, plus endorsement, plus pretty boy endorsements.
Oh, God, yeah.
Joe Namath type crazy fucking the man of New York. Derek Jeter.
Dude,
who's the king of New York?
He's beautiful.
He's beautiful. Sexy. Fucking hot.
Better looking than Derek Jeter.
Right.
You know what I mean? Little wholesome blonde and blue eyes. Come on.
They were getting the quiet kid.
Right.
Mormon. He's from Utah. He's a Mormon. He's Mormons. The mom's laying there on InstaChat, whatever the fuck, Twitter, and putting shit out there. I don't know what she's doing. She's trying to promote herself. And
you're right. Son's got some money. You'll be okay.
Right. Yeah, like he's gonna take care of you. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. What are they? You don't have to have a fans only page anymore.
Right. Only fans. Yeah.
So you can probably just hang it. So I think her Twitter or Instagram, whatever it was on. And I'm not sure what she said. I think some political stuff, some other things.
I thought it was a mask thing. It was like an anti-mask rant.
Yeah, probably, maybe something. You just don't have to do it. You don't have to do it.
It's absurd.
Your mission accomplished. Your son is rich and famous.
Right. You did your job very well.
Now just step aside and let him give you some money and
just lean back. Go ahead. Get the penthouse in New York. Get your boobs done.
If you're a Mormon, get together with you and the other ones.
Yeah, right.
Look, I'm not going to beef with Mormons. I'm just I have to throw that joke.
Right.
But they thought they were getting something. I don't know, but boy,
a little bit more than they bargained for.
Yeah, this might be interesting to watch in New York over the
Sign
next.
Kyrie Irving, there's some baggage.
We've talked about, the Giselle Bundchens doing interviews, and I think Kurt Warner's wife, way back upon a time, said some things. Even Drew Brees' wife came out in the media when she defended her man at some times.
Right.
This could get to be interesting in the whirlpool of New York media.
The first 4 interception game when they blow a lead in the fourth quarter and he gets lambasted in the New York media. She'll be all over defending her little boy. Like I said, like when you draft Kyrie, or when you sign Kyrie, okay, there's going to be a little backlash. Antonio Brown, okay, there might be some shit going on. You drafted quarterback from Utah, you're like, there's no downside here. This is the safest pick.
He might suck, but we know he's not going to be doing this other Twitter shit.
Right. We got nothing to worry about it with controversy wise.
And his mom comes out and does
other shit. The hot mom. Not only,
she's going to be a star. She's going to be a star.
Right.
All right. So, what do you think, Webb? With the NH? So we got.
Let's pat ourselves on the back here, Smith. We basically predicted another no hitter and more no hitters to come.
Once a week. Minimum.
Now, this is another thing. It's according to the wager makers. This was. I read the headline. I don't know if it said fifth, but the word in there was official no hitter. And according to the wager makers, this
5
is
plus 1.
wager
maker no hitters are 6.
6 official no hitters, according to the wager maker. Mad Bum is in the books, in the wager makers' record books, as pitching a no hitter. Yeah. You want to make the fuck?
You know why, Webb? Because in the written rules, there's a 7-inning game now.
And there's a book with rules, aka the rule book, that is out there.
It's written.
Right.
Written, not unwritten, written.
Right. And it says the game is 7 innings. So therefore, that is a legal, absolute no hitter for Madsen Bumgarner. So,
right. So, okay, we got the NBA playoffs. We got the NHL. Watching right now, Washington's up 2-1 in the third. Any team stand out? I know I took a flyer to get the Vegas to win it all, and I took the Suns to win it all, just based on I like rooting for those teams more than anything. Vegas having a hard time.
That's a tough matchup for them because
I've had them a couple times this year against the Wild, and they've struggled every time. This is a tough matchup. Their goalie is the man. Yep. They at least won to tie it up last night, 3-1 to get the series to 1-1.
That was a must. Now they're going on the road though, I think, for 3 games. So, I mean, needless to say, they need to win one. That's tough. I mean, I don't know. Who's playing? Someone's playing tonight. Not the Oilers in the West. The Avalanche.
Avalanche. And I think would be the next series, if I'm not mistaken, for the Vegas. So that's the two power. To me, that's the two power. Avalanche and Vegas in the West is probably.
If Vegas gets through Minnesota, they'll be tough, obviously. And I do like, if they don't, I like the Avalanche. And then in the East, I'm not sure. I mean, my pick is going to be Carolina. I like the Hurricanes.
I like them too.
That'll be my pick. And I mean, I'm rooting. I like the Penguins. Like that kid played good last night. They got a tough deal with the Isles. That's a tough series too. But and then just I'm forgetting one other team in the West.
Really, you got other than maybe Toronto or
I like the Leafs. And then I mean, I'll tell you what, the Lightning still look tough, man.
Oh yeah. That's in the
nothing.
That's in the East. That's in the East.
Yeah.
Carolina, Florida, Tampa Bay, and I like Pittsburgh and Washington and Boston. They're all. I mean, that's going to be good to watch. Good to watch.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, they're all good series. I mean, that Winnipeg Oilers series is going to be tough. I liked it. What's the kid's name? McDavid or something like that, or on the Oilers. It's real good. I wouldn't mind seeing them. So that's Avalanche. I'm thinking, or Vegas, and then the other side, Carolina. And then I just it's just hard to win twice in a row. That's why I wouldn't go Lightning. That's why I'm not going Lightning.
Right. And then as far as the NBA goes, in the East, I think, you got to look at Brooklyn, but I would love to see the Sixers knock them off. Milwaukee obviously is playing real good right now too. And you got the Greek Freak, you got a chance. Especially they picked up, I think it was Drew Holiday they picked up.
Yep.
A seasoned veteran that those top 3 should be pretty tough.
In the East, I'm rooting. I do not want anybody but
Brooklyn,
right? I would love to see Giannis win one. That's my team I'm rooting for in the East. I think Philly's good, but Doc Rivers can't get it done. They might get to the conference finals, but he ain't going to win it. So I'm hoping it's them against Milwaukee. Milwaukee gets there. And in the West, I got no problem with Phoenix, Utah, or I'd like to Denver. I'd like to see Denver win it, but I don't know that's going to happen without
Murray loss was just too much, and they still played really well in the regular season, but just that's one extra really powerful player that in the playoffs you're going to need that other score and stuff.
I want to give. I mean, I bet the Hawks a couple times. The Atlanta Hawks. Nate McMillan did a tremendous job with that team. He was up in Portland for a long time, and they don't really have much aside from Trae Young, and they're tough. So he did a great job.
Another team I also like. I like the Knicks, man. They come to play hard every night.
You know what? I've never been a Knicks fan. I've hated the Knicks long, but this is a different year. They got a couple guys from Carolina on the team, and they're just scrappy. Like they're easy. That's the exact opposite of the Brooklyn Nets. They're very easy to root for. They're scratching and clawing. I think Thibodeau's a great coach. I've been a fan of his for a long time. I like the defensive coaches. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the Knicks make some noise either.
Yep. And I'm always a fan of Jimmy Butler. And the Heat, so we'll see what happens. They're down at 6th seed. That's going to be tough. But top 3, I think Philly, Brooklyn, and Milwaukee probably got this. It was
a missed opportunity for Miami last year. They were the best team in the bubble. They adapted very well, and they just that could have been their year. Should have been maybe.
So, all right, we got anything else? So that's pretty much our jerks of the week. We got to think of
covered a lot. We got to get a better name. Yeah. Come on, shout us out, and we need a sponsor too. Someone can sponsor it.
Yeah,
let's sponsor the douchebaggery, the douchebag of the week.
I'm sure we're going to get a real reputable company that wants to listen. I want my name associated with the douchebag.
Packs. We'll take whatever.
N3 Technologies douchebag.
Yeah,
of the
that's
week.
That's right. Where's Wilbur Investigations?
Just if you want to know the ring, how it's going to sound.
Right. We'll get a little bidding war going on.
Right. The Wilbur Investigations Wager Maker Jerk of the Week.
Or the Scott Wheatley and Mike Lynch Douchebag of the Week award. They can combine. We could go back and forth.
All right. Well, look, we're counting down. We got to think of something big to do for 100. We're going to start having I think we got to start having some guests, some interviews.
Yeah, maybe a live show, something like that.
Work on that. We got to do that. So, all right. So we're counting down, man. We're almost to 100. Oh, it was triple-digit episodes. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I didn't think. Yeah, I never thought that would happen. To be honest with you.
All right. So look, tell some friends. Get this shit rolling. We're gonna when you check out the sportswatchmonitor.com, get our winning picks. So we were in the top 5 yesterday.
Yeah, we were hot. I mean, we're heating up again now.
John Grove, thank you for the bumper music. C. Reilly and Little Saint the Goat, thank you for the music. Check us out everywhere you would get a podcast. Facebook at The Wager Makers Podcast, Twitter at The Wager Makers, Instagram at The Wager Makers. TheWagerMakers@gmail.com is our email. The Wager Makers Talk on Facebook also. And Devin's going to tell you how to check us out on YouTube.
Hey guys, it's Devin. Make sure you subscribe to the Wager Makers Podcast on YouTube, like all their videos, and click that bell so that you turn on your post notifications and you never miss another video.
Thanks, Devin. Thank you all for listening. We'll be back next week for episode number 91.
Brick by brick, baby. Can't believe it, Smitt. Time flies. Back in the garage in the summertime. Gotta love it. Let's go. Let's hear from some sponsors for the douchebag of the once. We gotta love the douchebaggery, baby.
Now it's hot. I'm thinking I'm gonna start doing. I'm get back to doing a beer.
We got
a different beer every week or something.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
All right.
Get going on that.
All right. Then maybe one of those guys will be like, yeah, you know what? I like how Smitty drinks my beer. We got to fucking.
We'll go head to toe, baby. Every day. I wear it all weekend. I'll put a little tracksuit on. We'll do it.
No doubt. All right, brother.
All right, man. Later.
Welcome to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Smitt.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Wager Maker Podcast.
Brick by brick, baby.
Yeah.
Here comes the Wager Maker Express.
I hear y'all sick of losing money cause y'all don't know how to bet. Better hit that Wager Maker Podcast with Smitt and Web. They gon' show y'all how to do this. Take these notes like y'all some students. Y'all can't seem to pick them right. Well, tonight y'all lucky night. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. Wager Maker Podcast. Wager Maker Podcast. Your bookie getting sick cause we built this brick by brick. It's that Wager Wager Maker Podcast. It's that wager maker podcast. It's that wager maker podcast. Come and place your bets with that WM Express. Let's go.